Hey y'all, it's Victoria, and this is Super Geeked, where I celebrate all the things that I get super geeked about. And if you know that I get super geeked about reselling. That's right, I am a full-time reseller. I sell on Poshmark, Etsy, eBay, Mercari, sometimes ThreadUp. Now I'm trying the Real, and I like to sell at in-person events. Gosh, that's a lot. But we'll just say I'm a reseller. And today I'm going to talk to you about my summer sales. That is for July and August, when I didn't work at all. That's right. I put in no effort in July and August. But even not working, I was able to hit my $5,000 sales goal for the months of July and for August. So if you want to find out how, then stick around. Okay, so first I want to say that it has taken me 2 years to get to this point, to where I can take 2 months off from my reselling business and still make money. Now I'm going to tell you how I do it. I also want to put out a disclaimer, and if you've been in reselling for a long time, then you know this is true. My business, both my business model, meaning how my business is set up to run, and all the factors that play into that can affect your sales. So my situation is not going to be the same as yours, but some of these tips and some of these things I do may be good for your business too. I'm not here to tell you how to run your business because, again, this is just how I choose to run my business. You may have a totally different avenue that you work from. Going into this, I want to say that if you've seen my What Sold videos in the past, you know that I try to sell items for, I really would like $50 and above. My average sale price, my ASP, is currently hovering around the $53 mark, which works for me. Now, you may run a business where you sell a lot of bread and butter brands and your average sale price is $20. That can work too. This is how I choose to run my business. This is what works for me, and I'm going to tell you how I do it. So the first thing is to have systems in place, and I have a lot of systems in place that were able to still function with me not putting in full-time hours. I do not have any employees, so let's just start that. The only employee is me. I do have my mother who runs my packages to the post office for me. So instead of doing postal pickup, and this recently changed because my long-term mail lady, who I loved and adored, who I could hang a big basket on my mailbox and she would take all my packages, is now working in a different department. So because of that, my mother does run my packages to the post office for me, so I don't have to do that. But other than that, I do not have a virtual assistant. I do not have an assistant that comes to my house to help me work from my office. I do it all by myself. So everything from listing to photographing, all of that is done by me. I also want to say, when I brought up the fact that I've been doing this for 2 years, I look at my business like this. And this is a good way to look at business in general. In the first year, 2 years, 3 years, sometimes 5 years, depending on what kind of business you're in, you are generally in the stance where you are pushing a large boulder up a hill. So you're pushing. It'll start with small sales, graduate to more sales, and then more sales, and then more sales. But you are constantly pushing that boulder up the hill. If you stop, then what happens? The boulder comes back down. And then you have to start again. So a piece of advice I would give is to just keep pushing. There's going to be days you don't want to push, and just keep at it. Just keep going, and you can do what I did. And so at some point, you're going to reach the pitch of that hill, right? You're going to get to a point that's a good point for you. And once you do, the boulder starts to roll down the hill by itself. It gains momentum, and you are now in a cycle of continually making the sales that you want to make. So you've built a client base while you're rolling up that hill. You have garnered the education of knowing what brands sell for you. So let's talk systems for a second. One of those systems that I started using in the last year is Posher VA. Now, all the controversy about bots, about having these mechanisms in place, whether it's ethical, whether it's moral, whether it breaks the rules. I am not a rule breaker. I see things in black and white more often than not. And for a very long time, I was hesitant about how I felt about using any sort of bot or extension in my resale business, especially in terms of Poshmark, because you have that sharing component. But as I got further and further in with my reselling business, Poshmark is my main selling platform and continues to be. I am not opposed to one of my other platforms becoming a main selling platform, but for now, Poshmark is. And in order to be successful on Poshmark, what do you have to do? You have to share and send out offers. Those are things that generate those sales. So I did sign up for Posher VA. My attitude about Chrome extensions has changed over the years. And now, having tried it just in a free trial, which I will offer you also, it changed my whole business 100%. It took the time that I spent every day sharing, and my mother too. My mother did share for me. She purchased an iPad just to share because iPads notoriously share faster using the app. She purchased an iPad with a stylus pen to be able to very quickly share my closet. And y'all, it doesn't matter. All those things, she was sharing just as fast as the new Poshmark update where you choose all the items and then share. But Posher VA is totally different. So I don't even have to think about sharing. I have my Posher VA scheduled to share every 2 hours. I have a maximum share amount of 9,000, and Posher VA will tell you if you get over that 9,000 threshold, you can be put in Poshmark jail for sharing too much. So they tell you straight up, don't go above 9,000 shares. But every 2 hours, my closet shares itself. I don't even have to think about it. I also have it automatically set up that built into my price when I list an item, I automatically account for 20 to 30% off. So you may see an item I have listed higher than some of the comps. And that is because I take into account that on every single like of an item, I send a 20% off offer automatically. So Posher VA is set up. I have it set up, and you can do it however you want to do it, but I have it set up to automatically send a 20% off offer. That easy. Once a month, I do send out 30% off offers, and I will go into Posher VA and very easily choose 30% off, choose my $5.95 shipping discount, and send the offers to every item in my closet. So anybody who's liked any item, they've already been offered 20%, didn't take the 20%. They will now be offered 30%, and that will generate a bunch of sales too. That's the only thing I do manually with Posher VA is send out 30% off offers. Otherwise, it's sharing for me every 2 hours, every single day, as long as my internet is up at my house. And it's sending off 20% off offers automatically. And because of that, it's taken a huge chunk out of time that I used to use on Poshmark, sending out offers and sharing. I will never go back. Never. And I'm telling you, I make the majority of my income from Poshmark, and I will never go back. So here's what I have to offer you with Posher VA. If you want to try it, they offer you a 2-week trial using my code SUPERGEEKED, and I will put that in the description below if you need it. And then after the 2 weeks, if you sign up, you get 20% off because you used my code. So you not only get 2 weeks free, but you also get a 20% off discount for your first month. And guess what, guys? It only costs $25 a month. In Mississippi, they charge sales tax. So for me, that's 26 something and change a month that I pay for that. 100% totally worth it. That is my first recommendation, is consider a Chrome extension. It is not a bot. You don't have to give them your username or password. You just sign into Poshmark on Google Chrome, and then the Chrome extension you install and it automatically shares for you. That's as easy as it is. And if you want an instruction video, let me know in the comments below, and I will certainly put together an instruction video. It's so easy. So easy, you guys. Don't miss an opportunity. And there are other sharing apps out there. If you're not interested in Posher VA, I highly recommend getting out there and doing a little bit of research. Some of my other reselling friends use different options and very much are happy with the options that they have, but don't be stuck wasting all the hours. Money is time. Time is valuable. You need your time. You need to be making that money. Don't waste it on sharing and sending out offers. It's not worth it. I do pay for cross-posting service. I use Vendoo, and I will leave you the link to Vendoo below. You also will get a discount for signing up using my code through them. I can't remember what the discount is, but I will put that below. So check it out if you're interested in checking out Vendoo. I've been using Vendoo a lot longer than I've been using Posher VA, and it's super easy to use. I really like how it's set up. They are in beta testing on doing even more updates to the software. And I actually make my listing on Poshmark. I list an item because, again, mainly my sales are coming from Poshmark, but then I upload it from Poshmark to Vendoo. You can create your listing in Vendoo. You can create your listing in eBay. You can create your listing on Mercari and import it. However you're most comfortable doing a listing, just do it. But for me, again, time is money. And if you have the ability to upload as many of your items from your Poshmark closet into Vendoo or whatever platform you're starting on into Vendoo, and then make the adjustments within Vendoo. eBay requires a lot more of their specifics. So I go into Vendoo and I add the specifics that they require, and then I just hit to list. And it's that easy, you guys. It's so easy. I also like Vendoo because when an item sells on another platform, I can very easily go in and delist it from all the other platforms. And then I have a backup record, not just on my platform on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari or Etsy, but I also have a backup of it in Vendoo. And I really like that. Again, if you'd like to see a walkthrough on how Vendoo works, how I use Vendoo, and how it's been helpful for me, then leave a comment below and I will definitely create a Vendoo video for you so you can see how I'm using it. So those are my two systems that I highly recommend that you look into, and that is a sharing app, or a Chrome extension as it is really called, and a cross-listing software so you can sell on multiple platforms. Because the truth is, if you're selling on multiple platforms, an item that is not getting any interest on eBay or Poshmark may sell on Mercari for full price. I don't make a ton of sales on Mercari, but I do enjoy selling on Mercari because the items I do sell for full price. So definitely consider cross-posting, especially when you have a software that is so easy. So one of the reasons I didn't work this summer was because I had cousins come in town for 2 weeks. I had my reselling friends come to town, Brittany from Shop Foxborough, Jesse from Gorgeous, and Bob from Bob Buys all came into Mississippi, flew in, and I spent some time with each of them. I also went on a 2-week road trip with my mother and my 2 children, and then came back and had bronchitis. So my July and August were a definite whirlwind, but because I had systems already in place, I made sales and I did not experience summer slowdown. I still made over $5,000 a month in July and in August. Now this month, we are now in September, and I am hustling to get a lot of listings up and not focus on sourcing and generate that momentum so that it continues to be that downward slope. You know, you don't want to stop for too long because then you'll stop the whole train. If you're interested in seeing what actually sold for me in the months of July and August, I would love to hear below. Just leave me a comment and I will definitely put together my normal what sold video. If you're new here, I usually do a what sold video of over $40 because again, I'm looking for that higher ASP. So I'm sharing with you brands and items that are selling for me for over $40. That way you get an idea of what to be looking for when you're outsourcing or items that I've had good experience with selling. And I do have a lot of sales in July and August that I can share with you. So if you'd like to see that, just let me know and I will definitely make a video on that. So if you have any other questions for me and would like to know how I run my business, how I source, how I list, how I price items, what my inventory system looks like, an office tour, anything that you're interested in knowing about the inner workings of my business and what has worked for me, then please let me know. I'd be happy to make a video explaining and try to put that information out there because it may be helpful for you. Also, if you're new to YouTube and new to reselling, take all this information with a grain of salt. Definitely do your homework and also realize that just because someone tells you this brand's great or this is a bolo, there are a lot of brands out there that even myself, I cannot sell, but the next person has great success with. It is just the nature of the business. And I recommend not giving up. It's going to take time to learn what works for you. There are often times that I go into a thrift store. I do not even check comps anymore because I have experience with certain brands in certain categories and I will choose what I want to list that item for, not even based on comps. So there's a lot of times that I am sourcing. I know what to look for. And I'm not necessarily stopping to look at comps. But in the beginning, it's going to be a lot of pulling your phone out and looking at comps and trying to get bearings on that and watching YouTube videos. But my number one rule to being a successful reseller is it's going to take trial and error and just never stop learning. And it's by that trial and error and by trying to go with your gut that you will learn the best avenue for your business. I wish you all the success and don't be afraid to reach out to other resellers in your community network because if you can go sourcing with friends, it's a lot more fun and it gives you the motivation to also see what kind of things they're sourcing too. And you can kind of be that push for each other. You can help each other source, those sorts of things. So do keep that in mind. Don't forget if you're not already subscribed to my channel to definitely do that. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Don't forget that bell notification so you know when my next video comes out and I will see you guys next time. Bye y'all.